What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So the plan for this video is to finally start installing some parts on the budget Z build. So I finally got all the parts that I need for this car, and the goal for today is to get some coilovers installed on this thing. I also want to make this video a little informative for maybe the other people that are looking into lowering their cars or getting coilovers or whatnot. I've been messing with cars and suspension for I think close to 10 years now, so I'm going to try to give some advice and tips for people that are new to this and are trying to get into like lowering their cars and whatnot. Before we install the coilovers, we're gonna have to roll the fenders, so that's one thing you guys always have to keep in mind when trying to lower your car. Once you lower the car, your wheels are gonna be pretty close to your fender, and depending on what kind of fitment you're looking for, you're most likely gonna have to roll your fenders. And I found it to be easier to roll your fenders when the car is at stock height, because there's just more room for the fender roller and all the adjustments and whatnot. So that's a tip for you guys, is to try to get your fenders rolled before you install coilovers. If you buy a car and your fenders are already rolled, then you don't have to worry about that. But we're at the shop right now. Eddie is cleaning up inside, so we got a lift at the shop now. Shout out to Eddie for getting a lift. We're gonna do the coilover install on the lift, but I'm gonna try to roll the fenders real quick first. So I'm just gonna do that right out here. I guess let's start rolling the fenders. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do before you roll your fenders is to just get a rag and clean everything on the inside of your quarter panel. There's usually a whole bunch of dirt in here, and if you don't clean it and you get it rolled, if there's like little rocks and stuff in there, it'll start popping out over here and it's just going to look terrible. So get a rag, clean everything on the inside as best as you can, and then you should be good to start rolling. So once you get your quarter panel cleaned up, the next step is, just set up your fender roller. You don't want the wheel of the fender roller in here to be completely at an angle. You just want to start with a small angle, get the lip just going, and then you just keep making your adjustments until the wheel of the fender roller is like completely flat. But before you start rolling, if you really care about your paint, you want to make sure you don't overheat the paint, but at the same time you want to get it to just the right temperature so that it doesn't crack. But if you don't care about your paint, if you're gonna get the car repainted or wrapped or whatever, which is what I'm gonna do with the car, I'm not gonna put too much time into it, but I'm still gonna heat it up just to make the roll a little easier. Just make sure you don't overheat it, because I've done that before and the paint just starts bubbling up and then it just gets ugly. So this is the part where you gotta be a little careful, but once you get it heated up, pretty much cake after that. Alright, so got both rear quarter panels rolled. The only thing left are the two front fenders, but it's gonna start getting dark out here pretty soon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it on the lift. Pizza delivery on the M3.
Gotta get one of those signs on my roof, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Yo, look. See this right here?
Oh, best pizza around. If you're from the area, pizza time. Pizza time. Everybody loves pizza time. You guys trying to blow.
He's been trying to blow that thing up for the past 250,000 miles.
Hey, insurance fraud. What are you doing, bro? Alright, so fenders are all rolled. Next is to do the unboxing. So I ended up going with Fortune Autos. What the? This guy. Alright, everything is rolled. Next is to do the unboxing. So bro.
I swear, he's mentally ill.
Stop. So everything is rolled. The next thing is to do the unboxing. So I ended up going with Fortune Autos. This is actually my first time buying brand new coilovers, and the only reason I got them brand new is because it was Black Friday, so I still ended up saving some money because this is a budget build. Eddie just got some coilovers for his M3, and he also found them used. So some advice to you guys that are like on a budget trying to lower a car: look for some used coilovers first. I got the coilovers on my S2000 and S14 used, so you save a lot of money like that. Like I said, the only reason I bought these new is because it was Black Friday, and a used set I would have paid pretty much the same things. Also, don't cheap out on some cheap coilovers. A good set of used coilovers, you're still gonna pay, I would say, $700 to, I don't know, $800–900. Brand new, they're obviously over like $1,000, but
Racelands?
Racelands, yes, Racelands. Don't go with Racelands, trust me. Save yourself the hassle. I've been through all that. I got springs, Racelands, whatever, all these cheap coilovers, and then I end up just wasting time and going with something that's more qualities. BCs, Fortunatos, K-Sports I think are fine, Tine, whatever, however you call it. Yeah, that's another piece of advice. Go with coilovers, don't go with springs, don't go with cheap coilovers. So don't buy used coilovers if they look like they've been through a lot. All the used coilovers I usually buy, they still look like they're in real good shape, so that's why I buy used. But anyways, let's unbox these. I'm excited. Scratch and dent Black Friday, there you go. You know, save some money, wait till Black Friday to buy suspension. Oh, another thing, so these aren't the super lows. So for Fortunatos, they sell regular ones and they sell like the super lows. VC does the extreme lows. So I want the car to sit pretty low, and I was kind of like debating on not getting these because I'm kind of scared they're not going to be low enough.
Freaking stands, boys, I swear.
Dude, I want my car to be low.
Bro, it's gonna be low. It's gonna be lower than stock.
I want it to be low. Look at how fresh these are, bro. Freaking love Fortunato, dude. These are so clean.
For no reason.
Right off the bat, we're just gonna max them out.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think they're gonna be that low. They're not the extreme lows or the super lows. Oh, I also upgraded my springs. The stock coilovers come with, I think, 8K rear and 10K front. I just did 10, 12. Hoping it's gonna be stiff enough. So I want to max the coilovers out right from the start since they're not the super lows. Is that what they call them? Yeah, I think they call them super lows. We're just gonna max them out and hopefully it's gonna be low enough. Bro, stop hating on my stance. Here's another tip. So when you buy new coilovers, used ones, they might be already messed with, but this is your preload, is the top ring. You don't want to mess with that. Usually it already comes set correctly from whoever builds the coilovers. So the only thing you want to adjust when you're messing with your height is this bottom portion of the coilover. You just loosen this ring and then you spin your coilover up. Oh bro, that's it right there. That's as low as it goes.
Is it really?
Yeah. So pretty much to adjust your height, you just spin this thing. The longer you make it, the higher your car is going to be. And if you want it low, you just spin it all the way in until it stops. Okay, so for the rear, on the Z's, they have the divorced suspension, which is the strut is over here and the spring is down here. And what we're gonna do is convert to the true coilover, and we're gonna get rid of this bucket here. So to get rid of this bucket, you're also gonna need a rear tow arm, which is what we have right there from GK Tech. And then the only downside that I could think of the true coilover is that there's just gonna be more stress on like the strut tower here, but that shouldn't be a problem because it's not a BMW. Shots fired.
No comment.
Am I right though?
No comment.
Okay, so this is the piece we're getting rid of, and this is this in here is what's gonna replace it right there. So we're going from this bucket setup to this little tow arm. These are the bolts that are gonna get rid of those camber washers. So this kind of just goes back here, and these washers are solid. So these are the washers that were on there, and you spin this to adjust your toe. And then this new one is just gonna be a solid washer, and the toe will be adjusted right here. First thing we wanna do is just match this up as close as possible to the OEM arm. All right, so we got the coilover and the tow arm in. One of the last parts that we're gonna put in are these GK Tech camber arms. If you come over here,
Come over here, Eddie's working.
So this is the tow arm that deletes the bucket, and then the camber arm is just down here, so we're just gonna put in this adjustable arm to replace this thing right here. And then the last arm is this traction arm, but I'm actually not gonna be replacing that because I have no clue what it's for.
Traction, you just said traction arm.
Bruh, scram. Anyways, yeah, last piece is this camber arm, and then I think we can put the car down. looks sick. Oh.
Well, you were worried about being too high?
Bro, that passes in my book. That's a pass.
Bro, this thing's on the ground.
No, it's not. Does that look sick? Sick, huh? All right, so it's the next day. There was some clunking that was going on in the front, so we were just kind of trying to figure out what it was. I'm thinking my upper control arm is actually hitting right here. So the only thing to fix that right now is just turn up the dampening, so that's what we did. And then we're also just trying to mess with the fitment. We threw on a 25 mil spacer in the rear, a 15 mil spacer in the front, and I'm liking how it's looking. We're also gonna test fit these things on the car. Hey, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to throw them on the car right now? I might take off with them. Ooh, okay.
They're like perfect.
That's pretty close. Yeah.
Because watch, once you lower the car.
Yo, that fits perfectly. My guy is out here swanging the Z.
You know it. Takes me back.
Daddy, chill. So this is pretty much the ride height I'm gonna keep it at for now. If I go any lower, I have that issue with the control arm hitting the frame, and it's really annoying, but I'm cool with this height. It doesn't look too slammed, but it's still pretty low and kind of like how it looks. But anyways, pretty much gonna be it for the coilover install video. Overall, these Fortunatos ride real nice. I'm really happy with the purchase. They actually go decently low considering it looks like this, and I can actually go a little lower in the front. So yeah, highly recommend Fortunatos. I don't know, Michael, do you have any tips for coilovers? We're giving some tips for the new people out there.
If you don't have to cheap out, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't cheap out. That's Michael's tip. So I already mentioned that earlier, but literally don't cheap out on coilovers. You're gonna regret it. You're just gonna end up wasting time and money. To anyone looking to lower their cars, here's a little recap of the video if you skipped any of it, but
Do your research.
do your research, correct. I didn't mention that. So instead of going and asking everyone what should I run or like posting on forums and stuff, do your own research. Don't cheap out on your coilovers. Try to buy used coilovers. Also, if you don't know how to roll your fenders, just pay someone to do it, because you're gonna end up making your fenders look a lot worse than they would if a professional does it. But yeah, I guess thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it. In the next video, I think it's time to throw the body kit on the Z, or maybe the angle kit. I'm not sure what I want to do first, but I might have bought some wheels for this car. Well, they're not necessarily for this car, but they fit this car perfectly. I kind of want to run them on my S2000, so stay tuned. I'm waiting on tires for those wheels. I'll have a video on that soon. So I'm actually dropping my diff tonight. I know there wasn't any skids in this video. It's kind of lame because this is going to be my drift car, but I'm dropping the diff tonight, most likely getting it welded tomorrow. So the next video will have some skids on the Z for sure. So stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Michael, hit the burnout, bro. Come on. Nah, you got to do a stoppy burnout. Nah, I'm kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. The S14's in front. Don't do it. All right, actually, we can't leave without a donut. We're at the OG spot for donuts. So this thing has LSD, but I'm gonna get the diff welded tomorrow. I mean, the LSD is nice when it stays locked, but most of the time it just doesn't stay locked. Like, I'm surprised it stayed locked right there. Anyways, we'll have better skids in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.